Hello, my name is Shuttling. Welcome back for another episode of Victory as German Empire. In previous episode, we started helping. Oh, I think, yeah, I think it was the last episode, maybe the previous one. But we joined in a war to help Netherlands, and we had to defeat Belgium and Austria already. But I think we still got this. Oh, this might be a different war actually. But anyway, we're helping the Dutch against the Spanish. Spain itself has been occupied already ages ago, and we've got some troops heading out to the Far East, into the Philippines to start helping there. Also probably planning out to do a bit more conquest in Africa in the meanwhile, because in this war, we won't actually get anything else in the peace deal. I think everything that we were going to get has already been provided, with the Austrians being kicked out and all that. Yeah, the only things that we're going to be, well, our side is going to get is humiliate Spain and war reparations to Oyo from the Philippines, so there's not too much in there, to be fair. But let's go ahead and pause, shall we? So we've got, our economy is in fairly good shape. We've got a fairly decent standard of living, and the literal rate is still okay, although it could be higher, mind you, but it's probably improving slowly still. We do have almost 60 million total population, although a decent chunk of that is in Africa, so overall it might not be really that high. We got another army. Where's this one? It does have a bit of skirmish infantry. Hold on a minute. 9th Army. I guess we'll just get a leader for this then. Ooh, offensive planner. Sure, although expensive tastes... You know what, that's not too bad. There we go, so that's going to help a little bit. So where is this army anyway? Still upgrading some line infantry, I guess. But let's have a look. Where are these? Oh, right, this is in Africa. Yeah, there's the army over there. Oh. Alright then, well, we can still probably utilize it. Oh, we can invite a country to the power block. Who can we invite? Argentina! Oh, welcome aboard. Welcome into the faction. And they can join the market as well, which is probably going to help their economy quite drastically. So the trade agreement is now broken. Oh, we got a massive amount of influence, actually. Alright, then let's have a look at the diplomacy briefly then. We could probably improve relations with some nations. Well, if Argentina is already in the market, and they've got good relation with Chile, despite, you know, perhaps a little bit of a territorial dispute in there. We could also, I suppose Egypt is another one that we could try to improve relations with. Let's do that. And then, who else? The French, we've had a bit of fights recently, so perhaps not that one. I wonder if I could get Portugal into the faction. Probably not, but we'll start improving relations with them as well. Russia, we already got fairly good relations, not that we initially plan on keeping it that way for too long. I suppose down here, well, let's go out and improve relations with the Dutch East Indies. They're already part of the faction, to be fair, but we can probably improve relations there regardless. And then, is there embassies that we could perhaps get? Not right now, okay, that's fine. We've still got a whole lot of, how many months of construction? 20 months worth of construction is still queued up. It's quite a bit. Admittedly, but yeah, there's a lot of... Oh, threshing machines. Oh, brilliant. Okay, we're going to activate that probably pretty much everywhere, at least on the rye farms, that's for sure. Let's have a look. There's the rye farms. So steam-powered threshing machines. Activate that. So that's going to be a decent bit of coal required. But that's going to free up a decent bit of workforce as well. So overall, that's probably going to be pretty good. Do we need more sugar? No, the sugar price isn't all that great, so that's probably not going to make much of a profit. Just thinking about the automated irrigation on things, but for the most part, that might not really be worthwhile. Maybe with the coffee plantations, that would make a small profit, I suppose. But yeah, so that's going to require probably quite a bit more coal. How much do we have rubber available in the market now? Do we have a lack of it, or do we have excess of it? We do have a lot of tools, though. We do have a bit of excess of rubber, actually. But I'm thinking of maybe switching a few more tooling workshops to the machine tools. Maybe Westphalia would be fine. Oh, that's going to be a lot of profit. So those two are going to be now using some more rubber. That does mean that the rubber plantations will then make a bit more money as well. So yeah, we've got a load and loads underway in here. How is the army up here in the Far East now doing? It's fighting. Actually, we've got several armies in here. But we are fighting. We've got at least 2 of our armies in the combat. Partially. And the enemy is getting pushed back, which means that we can probably take over the areas in here again. Oh, debate fair. Oh, right, we're trying to pass Lazar's Fair. that's not really going all that well for us yet. I mean, we haven't really gotten it off the ground, really. We are still technically speaking losing money, but we still got more gold than the gold reserve limit is. So that's another one of those things that we don't really need to worry about money too much. And actually, how is that? Yeah, we got the low taxes, or very low taxes actually, which increases the legitimacy, which means that we got plenty of loyalists, not a huge amount of radicals, and we can keep the standard of living fairly high as well, which overall I believe will then start... Actually, have we already switched it around to the point where the... No, per capita taxation would still be slightly more profitable, even with the very low taxes, but the difference is only £10,000 per week, which at this point, is not really that much. Oh, well, there we go. We've suddenly conquered a whole lot of ground in here. Didn't even realize that it went that quickly. So I'm guessing the war is going to be over fairly shortly then. Spain would take definitely a white peace already, but they're not willing to give up to these goals yet, I reckon. Oh, Dutch East Indies is in default. Well, that ain't good. But yeah, so that's now sorted. We've still got loads and loads of construction. We could probably increase the construction even further, because the investment port is still accumulating quite a bit overall. How many levels do we have already in Westphalia? 10. I mean, that's a pretty decent amount. And does North Rhine have... It does have iron. It does have a steel mill. I'm going to go ahead and build a couple levels over here. Just like 2 to get started. And now we are fine. Oh, wait, no, that's... hey, Path Liberalism completed. Freedom, equality, and brotherhood. Intelligence, under the leadership of Nicolaus Frech, has ushered in an era of liberal politics that promises a freer society where all citizens have a part in political process. If I remember correctly, the Reformer is a pretty good one. Well, I mean, it would allow us to pass with a few more things. Yeah, you know what, we'll try to get the Reformer. So, we still haven't passed, of course, the interventionism, but then we can potentially try to pass the cultural exclusion later on, maybe. Which would then start reducing the radicals from discrimination and all that, which honestly would be preferable. And we can then start recruiting more of the... I don't know if we could still recruit quite everything in here for the military, but we could probably get at least a little bit more in there, right? But now that we're no longer in war, we're actually making money. And we've got fundings already in full, so maybe we should just start increasing the construction speed much, much more. Like, honestly, we can increase our economy so much quicker, so let's get another 3 over here. Oh, there's a revolution in Finland, is there? Oh, yep. Reactionary revolt. And the Finnish capital is once again in Holland. Right. Well, fair enough, I suppose. But yeah, GDP, 170 million already. That's probably going to be increasing a lot. Oh, process the drafting. There we go. Just 2 more. Well, we'll probably need more than 2 successful rolls on there, but we will eventually get that passed. How's the... Oh, right, we are on the innovation cap, although we do have only a small amount of extra innovation. But I believe that's partially because we got loads of universities that can't hire people. What's this then? Oh, Danish Peasant Revolt. Well, I mean, suppose what we can do is we'll just send in one of the armies in there. That might be a bit of overkill, but that at least makes the war go quickly. And there we go. How much? We still got 21 months of construction. So even though we're constructing like crazy, we still got a massive queue. Of course, we got a lot of buildings that's auto-expanding, so that's mostly the reason. Wait, what's the war goals? Oh, no, that's fine. There's some other wars going on. There's Luxembourg is having a war. I'm going to declare neutrality in there. Let's see. Sulu is having a revolution. I think the Dutch will probably be able to take care of that, so I don't think I'm necessarily going to be needed in there. Oh, my goodness. France versus Britain. Because what are they one? Sierra Leone, Union Islands, humiliate Great Britain, transfer Liberia, and transfer Trucial States. We could join into another war against France. Actually, I don't... We're already leaning towards them. Ah, right, it's not far enough yet. Never mind. We'll probably get an offer for something. But I wouldn't mind getting Lorraine. It's got, well, actually, yeah, it's got a decent bit of minables, so it could be quite handy in that regard. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and increase the construction even further. We're just going to go ahead and get another 5 construction sectors. Which will probably get us to, like, probably somewhere around 780. Or thereabouts. Maybe not quite that high, but it's going to be a decent increase on the construction total anyway. Right, so they still haven't asked us in. We could negotiate support for Wargol, Congress State. If we go for... Oh, Normandy. No, I'd say we go for Lorraine. That would be quite a bit of infamy. They would take our help for that. You know what, perhaps it's time to start pushing it further in there. And they accept it. Let's go ahead and move in some troops in here. Did we have another army? Oh yeah, we've got the army over here. Get that to the front line. I believe we've got a... No, we don't actually have anything to worry about there. We might still have a couple of the headquarters up here, though. Or maybe not, actually. Let's have a look. Where's the main army? Oh, it's traveling back. Okay, so it's going to take a while. But yeah, suddenly the French are moving in a lot of troops in here. So have they invited anyone into their side of the war yet? No, they have not. Alright then. I don't think they'll be getting a lot of help either. So let's have a look. How is the manpower in here? They've got a decent defense. They've got actually slightly better offense than we do, but we've got much higher defense values total. We've got loads and loads of armies heading in here, so most of the fighting is probably going to happen on the French side of the border once again. I don't have all the armies in here yet, but I suppose the ones that are returning back from the Far East haven't quite returned to Germany. It's still going to take a few days. But soon enough they'll be there, and we're losing a bit of money right now. But I'm not too worried about that. If need be, we can always increase the taxes. Like, we are going on a very slow or small taxation and all that right now, which does keep the standard of living fairly good. We're number 2 in the world. Considering that we are the number 1 great power, that's somewhat impressive, actually. Sending another army, so we've got 200 battalions on the front line. The French have almost as much. But, of course, I think overall our troops will be higher quality, and, of course, I think... Actually, let's have a look at, for example, the first army. They've got a tiny bit of shrapnel artillery, but not as much. Whereas we've got pretty much all the artillery that we have is shrapnel artillery. So that does make a difference in the effectiveness in combat. And of course, we are going to be researching... Well, I suppose first we're getting the vacuum canning, which is going to take another 8 months. And then the shift work, so we can get the economy of scale building level cap a bit higher. Well, it's basically doubling it, I believe. But then we're going to go for the military. We're going to get the trench infantry. Or trench works will get the trench infantry, and that is going to be very, very good. Well, I mean, it's going to improve the effectiveness of the troops a lot, regardless. Then we're going to get the bolt-action rifles, which means that we can produce the small arms in much higher quantities, and use some oil in there, which means that the oil rigs that we have up here, mostly in Hanover, I believe. Yeah, so those subsidies will go down because it will actually start making money, which would be nice. I suppose we could get the tanker cars in there. Although transportation, well, no, not yet. There's not enough transportation. We could probably just go ahead and get another 2 railways, maybe. In there, it's going to take a while before those are built. Although I suppose what I could do is I could at least send one of those to the top of the list. So that will get built. We are building quite a bit of railways overall. And of course, we are, well, especially the private sector. Oh, there's a lot of rubber plantations, actually. How are we looking in terms of rubber, anyway? Well, we still got a surplus of 500. That's not too bad. Oh, Ottomans side with Britain. What did they get promised? Nothing, I guess. Maybe they're an ally or something, but yeah. Funnily, yeah, it was a cold ally. Fair enough. Oh, Brazil's embargoing us. Do we still have trade with them? No, we don't. Okay, well, that's not really my problem then. We do have a little bit infamy, mind you. But that will be dropping, I'm sure, during this war. And that's also going to give us a Lorraine, which is going to be very handy. But we do need to be somewhat careful with the infamy to not get too much, because the more we have, the more people will hate us. And then we'll also need to fight more and more, which is not necessarily ideal. Bureaucratic imbroglio. We've got a little bit of bureaucracy to spare, but I think we're just going to take the hit on the chances right now. We might have to take a step back, but that's just going to reset the things to, well, I suppose, down to fairly low. Oh, there we go. There's the revolt in Denmark. So this war should be very, very quick in here. Assuming the army... Oh, this army was not set to advance. Well, let's go ahead and send them in there. And there we go. That's pretty much an instant victory on the battlefield. And the enemy lost a lot of dead and wounded there. All the rebels lost a lot of dead and wounded. How's the... Okay, so the war with the French is going forward. The French are worried. Of course, our side has a lot more... Oh, USA is embargoing us. I don't think we're trading with them either. No. Most of our trade is just with China, Britain, and Russia. And I guess Dynam, but that's about it. And then, of course, internal trade, I suppose, to a certain degree. Within the faction. Yeah, the war's about to start. We've got loads and loads of troops in here. And it's probably going to be attacking pretty quickly. The enemy is on the defense. We've got more manpower in this combat. We've got fairly good offense, actually. We've got the surprise maneuver as well. We deal more morale damage, which means that the enemy is going to have a lot more troops demoralized. And we are definitely dealing more damage to the troops themselves. So they are taking much higher losses in this, despite having better stats. But we've got the kill rate is much higher on with the shrapnel artillery that we have, rather than what they have. So it's... Overall, I'd say we're going to be winning this quite handily, and it's largely our troops in this combat. There are some allied units, but it's only 5 battalions out of the 65, so 60 of those are ours. We do have... Oh, there we go, we're doing the pursuit now, so that should be... Oh, yeah, the enemy is losing a loads and loads of defense there. Well, there we go. That should be a pretty nice victory there. Oh, there's another battle going on already in the south, and that's going to be also a victory. That was also quite a massive battle, but oh my goodness. The amount of... The wounded there that they have is more than we have dead and wounded combined. So I suspect... Oh, there's another massive battle in here. So overall, this is probably going to be a victory of a war. Oh, did we get the... Oh, yeah, we got now the 260 battalions over here total. That should be pretty decent. And hopefully the infamy will drop down a bit further. We do have a little bit of standard of living problems with Mecklenburg over here. Yeah, I don't know who's living below the standard of living... expected standard of living. I guess some of them are. Because we got loads of industries in here that aren't really getting enough workers. That's not really helping the situation. Is there... Because we don't have the electricity in here yet to reduce that employment at the urban centers. Oh, and there we go. That was another 26%. So how much do we already control Lorraine? 55%. And then Franche-Comté, we got 57%. So we got half of both of these states. Roughly speaking. And honestly, I think the war is going to be pretty easy. Oh. One of the fleet is lacking a leader. I'll take that one. Tripolitania is in default. I'm guessing the Danish war is basically over. It's just going to have to wait a while before the enemies are willing to surrender, I guess. We are spending quite a bit of money right now. Oh, debate success. There we go. Back to 15%. With the last fair. It's still not great, but I suppose it is improving. Now let's have a look at the French war thus far with casualties and all that. So our side has taken quite a bit of dead and wounded. Oh, no. Actually, their side has taken much more dead and wounded. Nearly, well, not quite double, but like 1.5 times the dead and a roughly equal amount of wounded, I guess. But there's so many combats going on right now. Oh, did Portugal join? Oh, Portugal did join on our side. Did they get promised something? Oh, Navarra is going to get liberated. Wait, Navarra is going to get liberated? Oh, because France took a lot of land in here. Oh, okay. Well, I see. Yes, both the Spanish were indeed at war with the French as well, and they definitely lost that war. But Navarra getting liberated, oh, that Castile means that that's going to get completely cut off from the market. It's going to suck for the local population, but it also means that France won't get really any benefits from it, so I'm okay with that. How much do we still have? 22 months of a construction queue. That's a decent bit, I would say. It is a decent bit. How's the population growth looking like right now? Oh, we're getting 600,000 per year. It's not too shabby. And how's the colonies moving forward down here? We've got 2 colonies underway. They're not growing that quickly, and we are still competing a little bit with the British over here in Congo. Oh, right. There's the French Gabon. Suppose I could potentially do something about that. But I'm not gonna. Not really needed. Because, oh my goodness, the Portuguese are actually getting pushed back right now. At least they're losing that one battle there. And we've taken 2 states thus far. Do we not have a... Oh yeah, let's get strategic objective on Paris. That's going to end the war a lot faster. And then we'll get our Lorraine, which is going to be quite handy. Vacuum cannon is going to be 4 weeks away, so... Oh, there we go. That's the Denmark revolt dealt with. Excellent. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is going to be a loss over here. In the north, in the middle of the front line, we've got another victory coming in. And to the south, we've got a massive battle going on, which is going to be another massive victory for us. Oh, there we go. We've got construction speed at over 800 already. We can probably increase that even further, mind you. Actually, does Rhineland have... they don't have a lot of pops available. I suppose we should really focus doing the construction sectors in places where we do still have unemployment. Or peasants or whatnot. Oh, like Württemberg. But they don't have steel there, or iron or anything. Ooh, there's the vacuum canning. Technically speaking, Franconia could actually get a bit of construction sectors. I'll get another 2 over there. But now that we've got the vacuum canning, let's activate that, shall we? There's a lot of stuff that we can put in there. It's going to be maybe not a huge profit immediately. It's going to take 270 oil, which might mean a bit more... Oh, right, they're not actually activating... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, the canning is going through just fine. I do wonder, do you still have a lot of rubber in excess? Still got 800? Oh, wow. Right, I think it's time to switch all of these steel... or tooling workshops to machine steel tools. That's going to offer us a lot of production through there, which is probably going to be pretty good. That also means that we can then use those tools to... Oh, obligation for Argentina. Oh, alright then. Oh, Persia is actually not as upset with us anymore. Well, that's handy. Okay, so we do have a little bit of bad battles here as well, so it's not all victories right now. We're still doing overall pretty good, decent, I would say. We could, of course, send in a few more battalions in there, like at least another 40 battalions into the front line, but I don't think that's really needed. We've got about 4-to-1 ratio in terms of manpower there. I think that's good enough, I'll be honest. And we are still making some headway towards Paris anyway, so I think we're going to have this war sorted out soon enough. Oh, there we go. We've got 180 million GDP. Oh, lost all. Well, that's not good. Oh, dear. We've got 1% chance. Ugh. That's not good. Do have still a small salvation in our market, but it's nothing too bad. Is there anything over here that we need to worry about? Brunswick and Saxony could use a bit more market access. So, especially Brunswick. Let's go out and make sure that there's another railway being built. Although there is a railway in there already, but just don't have the workforce for it. Well, that would make sense, I suppose. Do we have... we've got a little bit of transportation. We put in the rail transportation for the lead mine, for example. I suppose also the steam donkey to reduce the labor need. Use the steam donkey on all of these, actually. That way, there's going to be 22,000 unemployed, which admittedly they can then go to at least a decent bit of the factories in here. Some of them might be left as peasants, or they might move to another state. That's also a possibility. Right, how's the war going on in the meanwhile? Champagne, we've got 92% of that, okay, and Burgundy, we've got 16, Rhone, we've got 64. Oh, my goodness, that is a massive battle. 240 battalions versus 150 of theirs, although they've already lost a lot of their troops from there. But yeah, that is quite something, that's for sure. And there we go, that battle over here in Champagne was a victory. So now we are probably starting to attack into Paris very shortly. Assuming that we've got the troops to spare for that. Well, I guess we do. I guess we do. We've got a plunder again. We've had like half a dozen plunders at least that I've seen in this war already. And that's actually quite a few. But at least the enemy's got poor visibility. They're not doing too strong either. They're taking heavy casualties. Oh, Japan's having an uprising. I don't think we need to take part in that one, though. I think they've got that sorted out already. So almost 8% literary rate, so that hasn't really been growing too much. The standard of living is 15.7, that's pretty decent. Who has the highest one? Switzerland with 15.9, okay. Not too shabby, I suppose. And there's not too many radicals or whatnot. Well, looks like we've taken another 2 states over here. So we've got 5 states total in France already. And pushing in... Oh, we have partially... Oh, mostly taken Paris already. Oh, okay, that means that the French are probably going to be very... Oh, populist playwright. Okay, we'll take the 10% success chance there. I want to pass this law so the private sector can take over more of the construction. Thought in action. The armed forces are dissatisfied with the inclusion of the intelligence in the German government. I think we're taking the hit on the authority right now. Still got plenty. We're leaving some of that available for the reducing the enactment time, which is why I'm not putting all of that into use. But there we go. We've got Paris and the French are losing war support 8 per week. That's actually pretty decent. Be fairly quick. And the shift workers are going to be done in 9 months. After that, we're going to focus on the military for a little while. Get various things in there. Not quite everything, but a few things at least. At least these 3. The morale loss and the army offense and the trench infantry and bolt action rifles. We could potentially get the automatic machine guns, to be fair. That could potentially be quite handy. And the defensive death. You know what? We'll queue up those. And then maybe in society there's a few more things that we might need. Well, actually, we've gotten all level 3 stuff already. Oh, multilateral alliances are spreading. That's actually quite nice. That would allow us to get more alliances, which is one of the goals that we have imposed by the hegemony. Alternatively, artificial silk would be quite nice. We could then get the silk production going domestically, so we don't need to worry about running out of silk. And on the other hand, combustion engine could be useful. There's so many things that we kind of do want. It's only 1887, of course. The queue that we have in here is going to take a few years at least to go through. On the other hand, plastics would be quite handy. That would be even more used for oil. You know, we'll get that. Look at the electrical capacitors. And then the combustion engine. Then the artificial silk. And society, I suppose, well, we'll see how far we've gotten with the society text. Oh, wow. The front has shifted around a little bit in the meanwhile. But yeah, I suspect that the French are probably giving up very shortly. They got war support of minus 94, so 1 week and they will surrender. Then we can start making more money again. Not that we initially need too much more money right now. God's will. Okay, the Conservative Party is, right, it's the election season, isn't it? Oh, maybe not. Oh, no, it is. How strong are they, rule for? They are actually no longer influential. So we'll just give more momentum to the trade unions then. Oh, and there we go. So we've got Lorraine. A load of nations were liberated. Over here in North Africa, mostly. And then Navarra was liberated. Occitania was liberated. Oh dear. France is quite a bit reduced in size, let's be honest. Also, I think I do want to incorporate Lorraine. But what we are going to have to do is probably reset the production methods in there. I think there's probably quite a bit of a mismatch between the things. They've got 112,000 peasants in there. Well, okay. 3 universities, 2 construction sectors. Alright, so that's going to be even more construction work done. So now armies are returning home. Oh. Oh, British reaction and revolution. Oh. Are we going to be called into that? I don't know if we need to. We probably could give a hand, mind you, but I don't know if we need to. But if it's USA and the revolutionaries there, on the opposite side, I don't know if there's a lot of things that we could really get from that. Unless we take a state from the British over here somewhere. Like transfer states, for example, North Cameroon. Let's see, transfer states. Would they... oh, okay, Jamaica, British Gabon, British Congo. No, I could just take that state entirely. I don't know if they would then immediately start colonizing again, though, so that might be a bit of a... Okay, North Cameroon, they are not willing to give. It's somewhat valuable for them, I suppose. British Gabon, they're more likely to give, but even then, it's not a guarantee. I guess I could take the British Congo, at least. Sure. I don't know if I'm actually going to be needing too much of an involvement in this. I think what we're going to do is we'll just get one of these armies that isn't too damaged yet. Although I suppose a lot of the armies that were part in the war, well, in that previous war, are probably going to be needed elsewhere. We'll get an army over there. That's going to be defending, and we'll get another one. That's going to be also defending over there. So we can help them at least hold the line. They can do most of the heavy lifting themselves, I reckon, but at least we can give them a bit of a hand. We are still, actually, no, we're still gaining money. But yeah, just letting the armies recover a little bit for now is probably a smart idea. We do have well, almost 190 million GDP. But oh, okay. Those nice with Netherlands in Dutch Socialist Revolt. Oh. No, they haven't called me in yet. I don't know if they really need my support, to be fair. They got a massive advantage in numbers anyway. But I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like or subscribe if you haven't already. Also get the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.